It is game week, Barrett. Game week.
There we go.
That's right. Eagles gearing up for the season opener, just days away, putting in some practice over at the NovaCare Complex today in anticipation of taking on the Lions on Sunday. We've got the latest injury updates, and we've got the bleep button ready for Jason Kelce's latest reign. You don't want to miss it.
Yes.
Let's huddle up. Hello there, welcome inside our studios. This is Birds Huddle, powered by PointsBet. Alongside Barrett Brooks, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm just Amy Fadool, and that's okay.
Right. Come on, just
I got to
Amy.
ask you, now we're seeing just a couple of days away, when a player is out there and they know the season starts in just a couple of days, how do those last couple of days go? Do they drag or do they fly?
They fly by. I mean, it absolutely just, next thing you know, you wake up and it's game day. This is what you've done, all that hard work over the entire off season, through training camp, and now it's time to put it on, and these are real bullets this time. It's for real. Just a few days away. Game time, baby.
Go.
Game week. Woo! Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And maybe it's just dragging for the fans because we're ready for it to be here,
Right.
to be honest. But we do have a couple more days and a couple more topics to get to. Jalen Hurts certainly ready to get things started. Here he is today on establishing a new identity for this season.
We're just a different team. That's what it is. We're a different team, and last year is last year. We have an opportunity to recreate the identity of what the Eagles want to be with this team. It's not about anything of the past or anything of the future. It's about right now, and that's what I preach all the time. Is just stand in the moment and truly taking it day by day.
So are we. That brings us to Barrett's three-point stance presented by your Mercedes. Be your first stance. Jalen Hurts will triple his passing yards against the Lions compared to the game last year when he threw for 103 yards. So I have done the quick calculations. That's 309 yards.
309 yards.
Easy math.
And when you look at it, the defense is going to be ready to go through the same thing they went through last year. They got absolutely trounced by the run, over 230 yards rushing against this Lions defense. So if you know, logically speaking, Dan Campbell's going to have his guys ready to stop the run. But oh, by the way, we just happen to have a wide receiver now who can open things up. A.J. Brown's going to change everything on the surface. You're going to have to allocate resources to go stop him. And then look on the other side of him. You now have a wide receiver that's a number one last year, but now is a number 1A with Devonta Smith. He's going to have to be a guy that you got to look for because the way he runs routes, he's going to be naturally open. And then in the middle of that offense, you got Dallas Goddard, who's always going to be a quarterback's best friend because that's what tight ends are, especially young quarterbacks. So can he get 309 yards by the cipher you've been doing? Yes, he can.
All right.
I mean, he has three legitimate receivers that can go out there and take control of the game. And then Miles Sanders being back, give a little, dump-off screenplay to him. That's also like a 20 yards on that. So if you look at it, the calculation, I see him, we're talking about probably 460 yards of total offense from Jalen Hurts in this offense. I mean, it's going to be 300 in the air and then another 150 on the ground, 160 on the ground. It just makes sense to me that this offense will be explosive and be hard to stop if things fall into place. And I think Jalen Hurts is just the guy to orchestrate how this offense is going to be. So, yes, I can see them going out and tripling his offensive output in the air and still keep it consistent and rolling people over in the run game with the backs we have in the backfield.
Feels like they're going to put up 44 again, too.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not even a question at this point. Second stance from Barrett, Jason Kelce, he always keeps it real. The Birds center spoke today for the first time since undergoing elbow surgery, and he was as candid as ever when talking about this season.
Kids may have to close their ears.
Expectations are just that. They're nothing. And we got to go out there and play, and we got to go out there and, the moment you're comfortable in this league, somebody's coming for you. I know everybody expects us to be, Super Bowl champions in Philadelphia right now. And, I think that can definitely happen, but it's not going to happen being comfortable. I can guarantee you that.
I mean, I heard no lies.
Oh, no question. I mean, he understands that he's seen all sides of that. He was on a team where they were supposed to be great. I mean, just everything, was locked and loaded for them to have a great season. And what happens? They lose. But he's been on a team that they're not even supposed to be in the mention with the top teams in the league, and they win a Super Bowl. So to him, he's not going to see the rat poison that Jalen Hurts always talks about. He understands that the way you win football games is what they're doing today, tomorrow, and Friday. You work hard on Wednesday when you do installation to put the bulk of your offense in. On Thursday, when you go out there and refine everything, get hype and making sure that what you did on these 2 days is going to translate into Sunday. Friday is a dress rehearsal. You're going to run through everything real fast. And then it's travel day on Saturday. And then you go kick butt on Sunday. That's it. It's the bottom line. There's no other way to do it. You got to work during the week to win games on the weekend. And he understands that, and he's going to get all those younger guys ready to rock and roll when they go forward. So, yes, he's not going for that. He understands you got to put the work in. So because of that, Kelsey's making sure all these young guys know, hey, you got to get it and go, or it'll be gone.
Kelsey's ready to go. Barrett's ready to go.
Yes.
And your final stance, Miles Sanders is ready to go. You think he's going to get carrying the load? He's going to be the bell cow on Sunday. Listed as a full participant at practice today, so he's going to be ready to rock.
Yes, I mean, and we talk about running back by committee. We said it all the time. But if they had their druthers, they would want Miles Sanders getting the bulk of the reps. Not necessarily a bell cow back, because you really don't have those type of backs in the NFL these days. But Miles Sanders is a guy that's very talented. He does everything well when healthy. He can run in between the tackles. He has the size. He has the burst, explosiveness to be a big play player. He can catch out of the backfield. He can catch screen plays. He's going to be back to what he did his rookie year. Miles Sanders is perfect size, speed, complement of athleticism, and everything to be what this offense needs. And when he's in there, the offense just runs smoother. So it's up to him whether he's going to be healthy or not. He's got to make sure that he's going out and doing everything he can to making sure his body is in tip-top shape. And number one, he's playing for a new contract. Money is on the line. So if money's on the line, you got to make it happen. So, yes, I see him going out there and having a great year. And starts off on Sunday, Week 1 against the Detroit Lions. He established himself as one of the best backs in the league, and as they go forward, he's going to have to if he wants the money. Give me the money, you got to work for it.
Show me the money, B.
Yeah.
We've got wall-to-wall Eagles coverage coming your way on Sunday. We start things off on NBC 10 with Eagles Game Day kickoff and Eagles game plan. Then we're going to have Birds Huddle Game Day, followed by Eagles pregame live. Once the game goes final, flip it back over to us, of course, for Eagles post-game live. Then wrap up your night with Eagles Game Day final. So much going on. It is time now for the Bird's Eye View, brought to you by Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City. Let's check in now as we welcome our Eagles insider, Reuben Frank. Reuben, how are you? It's nice to see you.
It's football season. I'm doing great.
It's here. Game week is here. You have a great piece today on our website laying out 12 bold predictions for the Eagles season. We're going to run through a couple of them. 12 we don't have time for, but you make sure you guys check that out. We're going to start with the quarterback, of course, Jalen Hurts. So, Rube, you've got him with a total of 34 touchdowns this year, 27 passing, 7 rushing. Pretty bold there.
Well, last year he had 26 total in 15 games. That's 1.7 per game.
Okay.
So 34 is 2 per game. So he's going up from 1.7 to 2. And I think the big difference is going to be he's just going to throw the ball into the end zone more than he's going to run it. You don't want, ideally, your quarterback to rush for 10 touchdowns. I think the big theme of this season is going to be throwing the ball instead of running the ball for the whole team, and especially for the quarterback. So I think 34 is a good number. And I think it's a realistic number. I think you see a lot of growth from number 1 in the passing game.
Barrett, you said your total touchdowns for Hurts is going to be 35, so you guys are right there with it. Why do you say 35? And what's your breakdown?
You got to try to outdo me, Barrett.
Why not you? I might say $1 just in case.
I'm just on the same page as you, Rube. I mean, when I look at it, I see the same opportunity. I see him going out there, throwing the ball a little more, which will allow him to open up the offense. But also, he always has that, that key that he can always go out there and unlock the door by allowing his legs to go out there and score, especially in the red zone. So I think they're going to be a little more still scoring touchdowns with his legs. I think he's going to have around 9 or 10, and the rest will be passers, going to like Dallas Goddard, guys like that, A.J. Brown.
Okay, all right. Another prediction that's bold from one Reuben Frank. The Eagles will double their number of takeaways from last year, 16. not a strength for them last year. So that means 32 by my quick math, because I'm very good at math.
Wow. What'd you get on your SATs there,
Right.
Amy?
Perfect.
Yeah, you know, this is a defense that really, ever since 2018, they haven't forced turnovers. 4 straight years with 20 or fewer turnovers. Only the 6th team in NFL history to do that 4 straight years. But when you look at the hoped-for increased pass pressure with Reddick, with Josh Sweat, you would hope taking another step forward. With BG back, with Jordan Davis, you know, collapsing the pocket, and with Bradbury at corner instead of Steve Nelson, you put all those things together, and this should be more of a impactful defense, forcing turnovers. And 32 is not a huge number. It's twice last year, but it's, you know, the league average is a little bit higher than that. So you want to see a big jump. Certainly something in the 40s would be great, but I think 32 is a good number. Or 34.
34.
32.
32. 34.
34.
34 is that's Jalen Hurts touchdowns right there for you.
48,
Yeah, we got a lot of numbers here. So Barrett, defensively, we know how much better they got on that side of the ball. A lot of additions. Do you think they make a lot more big plays?
I do think they'll make a lot more big plays because I think first down they're going to be more productive. That was what was going on last year. They weren't productive on first round. It was their Achilles heel. Teams would get average around 5 or 6 yards on every first down, which meant 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. I mean, your playbook is huge when you can do that. This year, they're going to stop a couple more downs on first down, which allow them then to go into 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. You can be more aggressive as a play caller when you're in those type of situations. So if all things being equal, Gannon will be more aggressive when he has, you know, more yards these teams have to go out there and try to commit to getting. That playbook goes from here to here when it's 3rd and 10. So I believe then he can be more aggressive, and his mindsets will allow that defense to be more aggressive, and they can make more plays, get more turnovers, and then, you know, they can go out there and play a lot more sounder defense because of it.
Absolutely. Another bold prediction from Reuben. Both A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith will go over 1,000 receiving yards. That is a big one. I mean, we know how many 1,000-yard receivers they've had. You're looking at single digits in the last 10 years. So A.J. Brown actually has this sign in his locker that says always open. We didn't Photoshop. That's actually there. Do you think they're both going to be open plenty of times?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great situation. They came close in 2009. Brent Selleck just missed. He had 971. They came close, and Deshaun was 1156. They came close a year later with 2 wide receivers.
Right.
Deshaun and Macklin. Macklin was 964, so he was just 36. So now with 17 games, with the growth you expect to see from the quarterback, and these 2 guys helping each other out, Dallas Goddard opening up the middle of the. I just think there's going to be so many opportunities for these 2 guys on the outside of the field. I'd be disappointed if they don't both go over 1,000 yards, something that's never happened in franchise history.
Well, I think it'd be close because, I mean, you look at the quality you have out there. You got a guy that can go out there and run routes in Smitty. Then you also have a guy that, you know, has a huge, a more forgiving catch radius in A.J. Brown. So, yes, they have everything they need to be more productive in the passing game. I think they will, but it's a lot of places they got to throw the ball in order for this offense to work. With Dallas Goddard, A.J., and Devonta, you can get up there in upwards of 1,000 yards each receiver. Now, I just don't know if it's going to go Smitty and A.J. Brown or if it goes Goddard and Smitty or, you know, whatever between that.
All right, still
And
low, too.
1,000 yards is just 59 a game in a 17-game season. That's
Wow, you put it in that perspective, that sounds easy,
Right? It does sound easy. It's 59 every single game, though. All right, finally, Rube, your most important bold prediction. It's wins. You've got the Eagles with 12 victories on the season.
Woo!
I mean, everybody has to love that.
Yeah, I just look at this roster and Howie Roseman improved every area that had to be improved, whether it was linebacker, D tackle, cornerback, edge rusher, wide receiver, obviously. Everything has gotten better, and you think the quarterback has gotten significantly better as well. There's not an area. They're desperate at safety. They just sign just go get a good safety from the Saints. So I really think he's addressed every area. I like the culture. I like the coaching staff. I think this team has a chance to do some special things.
Plus, they have a favorable schedule, so yeah.
I think that certainly out of the gates, it seems to really line up for them and a little bit late. All right, Rube, we appreciate you always for your insight. Make sure you check out Rube's articles, NBCSportsPhiladelphia.com, including that one on bold predictions. He's got a dozen of them.